Coming to you live from an undisclosed location. Here is your host, the one and only Flint Rasmussen.
Volume down, volume down, volume down. Remember we used to have to do that all the time? Hey, David, turn your volume down. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the in-studio audience. Woo! You know, that reminded me of, and it's a great show, politics aside, anything, the Gutfeld show on Fox News. And he tapes, it's kind of a late night show, Greg Gutfeld, but he tapes them during the day. Because I know some people went. But when he's like, welcome to the Gutfeld show, and they all cheer like this. That's about how many. That's what it sounds like. So we're that good. Paul Wolf is in Bozeman with his 1910. As I'll confess, I have a mixture of, we did have a beverage as we were getting ready. Welcome, Logan, as always, pushing the buttons right over here. He's pushing our buttons. We're going to have a special segment called According to Logan tonight. No, we're not. Bo's here, special guest in studio. What do we call him? Logan's big brother, or older brother, not bigger. Logan's big brother, rodeo announcer, getting married in, 40 days? Less than 40 days, yeah. 30, getting married. Yeah. Garrison Allen in the house just to see how it's done here. He's all starched up. Podcast, right? Garrison Allen, one of the hosts of the podcast Starched. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's great. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Happy to have you here. I'd say we have a big show. We kind of have a big show lined up. I think we got some things to talk about today. I do want to address a comment under the picture we just posted. Can't remember her name, but I'm going to address it. That she was on the floor laughing because these guys had plastic cups and I have a glass. Of course, Pendleton Whiskey, the official beverage, not just adult beverage, because we don't really have another one. It's the official beverage of everything according to Flint. So as always, thanks to our friends at Pendleton Whiskey. But there are certain regulations and rules in advertising for a product like Pendleton Whiskey. And one of those is, how's it worded, Logan? When on air or posting a picture or showing it on air, it's a see-through or a see-through glass. You can't, when advertising the product, you don't put it in a solo cup, nothing plastic. So that is why they get plastic cups because Bo forgot to wash the other ones. But yeah, and that way, because you know why? Because there's not many sounds in the world better than that one, right? So yeah, but it is the rules. So whoever posted that, that is it. Also, learned a funny little story today. That Bo has a daughter, freshman in college, right, Bo? Juliana. Her and her friend met you here. Is that what they came to this office by themselves? They got into Bo's office to drink all our Pendleton. No, they didn't. She's going to South Dakota State this fall, right? She's going to go into the nursing program. Anyway, Juliana and her friend came to Bo's office for some reason before they went to the Carly Pierce concert here in Billings. And when they came in, Juliana's friend was like, wow, and was amazed. And Juliana's like, what? She goes, it is so cool that your dad got to have an office in Flint's studio. No, it's Bo's. Marcia says, hope you don't start chewing like Marchie and McBride. It's so gross. I'll be sure and tell two world champions that chewing is gross because I'm sure they don't care. And if you'll know, Marcia, first of all, I don't care if Marchie, and they've chewed forever. Marchie's he's not as big as, Marchie is. McBride, you can't really tell, but it's just the way they go. You'll know if I start chewing. You will know right away. Not because you can see it. I would hide it really good. You'll know because I'll be the guy puking the entire show. So I'm not sure at 55 you just pick it right up. I threw up on the bleachers of the District 3 high school rodeo when I was like 9 years old, and that was it. I was done chewing. So thank you, Marcia, for such a positive message to start the night. Hey, you know what? I had my element in my water today, so I'm staying salty. I'm a little salty today. Even my Wrangler Minute later in the show. Wrangler Minute, new segment of the show. Here, how's that? Salty. Salty Flint. Everybody loves Salty Flint. Kyle Jones, welcome everybody. Some of you post a lot of comments. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I wasn't sure McBride. When she said that, Marcus, I wasn't sure McBride did. Marchie, his chew is too big. So Marcia, you're right on that. McBride, I didn't even notice. I'm still thinking. I don't know that I've ever seen McBride with a chew. Yeah, I'll have to pay attention. Huh? Yeah. You should be a good weekend in Nashville. Let's see what else before we take a quick break and kick off the week. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Holly says, take a sip. Flint, you know what? Are we good? Does it look like everybody's here on here? Have you not seen Tootie and Stan? Is Tootie? Oh, Kyle Jones says, Richard doesn't spit when he chews. No, Richard probably doesn't. Kyle, you idolize Richard, don't you? Look, you brought up Richard. I just think it's funny. Brianna, friends, this is the first time I'm catching this show live. Well, you know what I think? You know what I think we do? I think we give Brianna the best damn show she's ever seen. But you people, get ready. Whatever you are drinking, hopefully it's, Sheila Kirkpatrick, Sheila Mazur saw my dad today. Oh, there was a funeral today. That was a shame. I'm sorry that's where he saw him, if that's where it is. Tootie's here. Before we get rolling, everybody, cheers to everybody in studio and they're at home. A few things to cover. There's not enough O's and smooth for Pendleton whiskey. Here's a quick word from our friends. Let's let her buck and we'll get things going. Welcome back. Tommy asking, is that the second time he's asked, or did it just come in front of me? Did you ever see Lane Frost ride? Not live. That was, Lane died in 1988, right? 1988 or 9. I saw the movie though. I'm good friends with his parents, Clyde and Elsie. They're cool. But no, that was a little before, it wasn't before my time. I was out of school and in college, but not at any. Troy says he hates that commercial is so loud. Sorry, Troy. Can we fix that? Just say no. No. Man, everybody's pretty positive today. Is everybody else as salty as me? It's 101 degrees in Billings, by the way. Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have said that. Now everybody's going to tell me what the temperature is at their house. I opened the weather camera. Oh, there it is already. 103 in Pendleton. I don't care. My daughter called me this morning from Boston, and it was drizzling and 65. There you go. Evan always comes through with some positivity. He loves the commercial. It's awesome. You know why Pendleton whiskey commercial is so loud? Because they want you to know that that's what you should be drinking. Did you ever do college? Oh, Marcus, that's good. Did I ever do college rodeo? I did not participate in college rodeo because I was doing other things and wasn't my thing. I was friends with all the college rodeo kids. I went to a bunch of college rodeos, but nah. Anyway, all right, there they go. Rolling by as predicted. Everybody's weather report, which I'm not going to look at. All right. It was a great weekend. The second neutral site PBR team series of the year. It is a 10-stop series with the team series, and there are only 8 cities that host teams, so we are bound to have 2 neutral sites. Cheyenne Frontier Days, of course, the first one, and the second one, Anaheim, California. For the 25th time, the PBR visits Anaheim, California, one of the first events I went to back in the day. I used to, when I was doing both PBRs and rodeos, we used to take the big motorhome and go to Anaheim, stay out in the back. They plugged us in, and when the girls were little, and left there and went to 2 weekends of the Tucson Rodeo. So it worked into our schedule back when it was in the winter in February. So Anaheim is a special place to a lot of people. There's been some great champions here or there. So Anaheim, once again, big shocker, the Austin Gamblers with the big win. Well, it's been a lot of time. They're riding some bulls. It was exciting this weekend. There was some point, what was it? Austin and Carolina again that just kept riding bulls and riding bulls and riding bulls. Listen, I had a chat about this today. As you tune in and catch our episodes of my podcast, I recorded a podcast today with Brendan Clark, which comes out Thursday. And he talked about the team thing, that he was a naysayer. It's been really good to watch. It is great bull riding. So if you want to pull the stubborn ass stuff and say, I'm not watching anything of PBR till they get rid of that teams, you don't have to wait till November, because that's when the regular season starts up again. But if you want to deprive yourself of watching Dalton Castle, Jose Vitor Leme, Cooper Davis, Dalen Swearingen, Josh Frost, I mean, you can keep going. If you don't want to watch those guys ride great bulls, but that's fine. Like Brianna, our first timer, asked if there's a lot of rodeo PBR fans in California. I addressed that in my opening on Pluto the very first night. That Orange County, we had probably 11,000 people on Saturday night and 9,000 on Sunday. It's great. California, when you exclude LA, actual LA, because Anaheim, you're 45 minutes from LA, Orange County. There are great rodeo and PBR fans in California. I spend the entire spring in California, of course, up north farther, but there are great PBR fans. You know what? There are way more people like us in this world, and even in places like LA. It's just we don't yell as loud as the stupid ones. So I don't know about PETA protests in Anaheim. I don't know. That's outside before shows, and I'm not outside before a show. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know. I don't want to talk about them because that's what they want us to do. And a lot of the people, if you ask them what they're protesting, they don't know, but they're getting paid to be there, and that is a fact. So there you go. After Anaheim, now we've had 7 games. So going into Nashville, week number 4. Here are the team standings of the PBR. The PBR team series, the Austin Gamblers, of course, 7-0-0, and then Carolina. And then the Oklahoma Freedom, who, again, not riding that many bulls, but their matchups are favorable. Kansas City, those teams are tough. They're all good. Missouri finally got a couple wins. Nashville struggling mightily, as is Arizona, but watch out. I mean, they're going to get warmed up. They're going to get warmed up, and all these teams are good. It's great bull riding all the way through, but man, Austin Gamblers, they're tough. We head to the home of the Nashville Stampede this week, and then Austin the next week. So two really great hosts. Speaking of going to Nashville, if you've never been to Nashville, we're in Bridgestone Arena. I shouldn't even say Bridgestone because that's a competitor to Cooper, but it's the name of the arena. Bridgestone Arena is the front porch of Bridgestone Arena opens up to a whole lot of fun in Nashville. I have an aerial view. If you've ever been to Nashville, this is looking, I think, from the bottom of Broadway. That street running up and down, that is the famous Broadway with all of the old time. There is better music in 5 places in what of old places on Broadway than you'll hear at any dance in Montana all year long. All you do is walk up and down all day long, and you can pop in and listen to music. On kind of the top, about 2/3 of the way up on the left, the flat roofed building, that's Bridgestone Arena. So when you walk out of Bridgestone Arena, you're right on Broadway, where the city is ruled by bachelorette parties. It's gotten out of hand, man. You were there. You know. They have the little pedal bars. Whew, yeah, it's annoying. It's become a caricature of itself. But Nashville is fun. So Legends Bar across the street is incredible. Mike, you are correct. It is, a lot of people call it Nash Vegas. Oh, there it is. Marcus says Nash Vegas. That's right. Capital of Flint's favorite things, pedal pubs. I wish they'd pedal into the river. Listen to me, Garrison. See what happens? I'm salty. Tommy's asking about my shirt. I'll address my shirt. What's the worst? I'm not getting into worst and best of people. I know a lot of you ask, like, in the midst of this, what's the best something you've seen in PBR, the worst something? That's about 25 years of stuff. So I don't ignore you. I just can't always answer. You know what the deal, I'll say this. The thing in bull riding is the wrecks that don't look very bad are usually the ones that scare me, because the ones that look really bad don't always turn out as bad. You kind of learn which ones are bad and which ones aren't. It disturbs people when somebody gets knocked out, and we get used to it a little bit, which is probably terrible. But anyway, you can learn to pick that out. Let's see what else. Logan, did you just get up in the middle of a show to mix yourself a drink? Okay, I won't move on. I'll answer questions then. That's okay. I don't have any idea what some. My 7-year-old daughter is watching you right now and wanted me to tell you hi. Oh, I won't swear anymore then. Kyle, I'll get to your, in my Wrangler minute, Kyle, I've seen you. I appreciate your question that you keep asking about my new job. I'm going to address that. So hold on. My most memorable favorite moment of PBR entertainer. Michelle, I'm going to tell everybody this. In the last 6 months, I've done more interviews about PBR and in the arena, and I love to talk about it. And if I have something cool, I'll tell you. I'd say tune into Brendan Clark and my podcast Thursday, because we tell a pretty good story, right? I mean, yeah. If I get going on that, then everybody will kind of. Is that a good way to address that? I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them. Missy on the dirt. And I'm, Evan, finally, a good question. Are you excited about football season starting? Thank you, Evan, for the question everybody wants to know. Do you know my friend Hugh? You damn right I am. Anyway, hey, today, not a lot of heavy news. Couple birthdays today. Funny that I'm going to have to talk to these guys. I didn't know their birthdays were on the same day. This guy, the guy with no personality at all, Boudreaux Campbell. I think Boudreaux is 20. Do you know Garrison? 24? He's 25? He's just a little older than you and Shelby. Happy 25th birthday, Boudreaux Campbell. Boudreaux's such a weirdo. Look at him. He's the best. Boudreaux's the best. And then there's another guy. He rides okay. He's kind of cool. This guy, Jose Vitor Lemmy, hot wife, cool guy. I mean, really. That guy right there, for those of you who are new, that guy right there is a guy named Jose Vitor Lemmy, and he is quite possibly the greatest bull rider I've ever seen in my life. Just throwing that out there. There you go. Jose, he must be 26? I don't know. I'll ask him. I will ask him. He told me this week, by the way, we were riding the PBR shuttle bus to the airport. And I said, thank you for always doing the interview. That's what happens when you're good. You get interviewed a lot. But I'm sorry you always are the one to get interviewed, but I appreciate it. He goes, oh, it is no problem. I said, but I'm pretty good, right? And he looked at me and kind of shook his head and goes, you're learning. You will learn. I'll help you. I'm like, oh, great. That's great. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate that. So, good job. Statler Wright got the saddle bronc riding title in Hermiston. Statler might screw around, make the NFR too. He's the biggest one. He's the biggest brother. I'm never going to get this to come up. Hold on. Is it going to stay? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Don't bump the table. Statler, yeah, he's the biggest of all the brothers. They're athletic. Those guys, they're so good. You know, at the NFR, when, Jose's 27. There you go. Wait, now Marcus says he's 25 or 26. Are we having an auction here? You go to the NFR in December for 10 days, and pretty soon, 3-4 days in, all the dumbasses at home, I mean, can't say that. There's a 7-year-old girl watching. Start to talk about, well, if you're right, if your name's right, you get 2-3 extra points. You know why they do, though? Really? Why they get a couple extra points, the Wright brothers? Because they're better. Yeah, because they're really good. Anyway, but rodeo's going on. I've said it the last few weeks. The Northwest right now. Tommy looked it up. He's 27, by the way. Thanks, Tommy. Some great rodeos going on in the Northwest. I've always said from about the second week of August through the Pendleton route up the middle of September, the Northwest is the place to be. Just look at the cowboys that go to those rodeos. All the great cowboys are up in the Northwest in Washington and Oregon. And so it's a great place to be. My brother Will was in Omak last week, home of the suicide race at the Omak Stampede. Hermiston last week, of course. This week, what am I missing, Garrison? I'm trying to think where I used to go. This was the week. Gooding, Idaho. Canby, Oregon is where I used to go once in a while, a good place to be. And then the next week, you fall right before Labor Day is like Kennewick, Salmon, Idaho, and then, of course, the big Labor Day run. So we picked it is time once again, because we do it every week. We pick an event. It is time for our Montana Silversmiths PRCA Top 15 event of the week. And what did we pick this week? We've been talking bull riding in the PBR, PRCA bull riding stand-ins. Big shocker there. Stetson Wright up on top of the heap with a great year, of course. Josh Frost, number 2. He'll be there. Kai Hamilton, the Australian, solid. Tristan Hutchings, the college cowboy, the college national champion, as well as a steer wrestler, all-around cowboy. Great steer wrestler. He was a 2-event guy at the college national finals. Sage Kimsey, who is currently traveling around just mounting out bulls with his foot on his back and hand in the rope. Here's how it works. Leave those up. Here's how it works. Sage Kimsey has won a pile of money in the extreme bulls, which aren't full rodeos. They're just standalone bull riding events. When the PRCA established the tour, they didn't want bull riders to give up going to rodeos. So in order to activate the dollars to get to the NFR that you win at PRCA Extreme Bulls events, you need to go to 40 rodeos for those dollars to activate. Sage Kimsey broke his collarbone, was at 25, and so he's got to go to 15 rodeos and just mount out the bull so it counts as an out, and then his money will activate. So he's spending the money flying and driving around the country to mount out bulls so that money will activate. So good for Sage. He was in Anaheim, talked to him a little bit. We laughed about it, but I told him his riding percentage for his career is going to be screwed up because it's going to show he bucked off 16 in a row. Trey Holston, Jeff Askey, the veteran. Justin Woodward, he's from South Dakota, I think. Am I right? Is he hurt now too? Cody Teal, who decided to go back to rodeo, and that's kind of more Cody Teal's deal. There's Creek Young. He is a Texas Rattler with Cody Lambert in charge in the PBR. He's in there. Trey Kimsey, who's made a splash in rodeo and the PBR teams. Jordan Hansen and Jared Parsonage, both 2 of my favorite Canadians. Jordan's been to the NFR before, so is Jared Parsonage, the 7-foot man, and then Hayes Waite. That's a good lineup of bull riders right there. That is your Montana Silversmiths. PRCA Top 15 event of the week, and of course all of them at the end of the year, looking to win that coveted Montana Silversmiths gold buckle, the official buckle maker of the PBR and the PRCA. And our friends, look, there it is, Montana Silversmiths logo right here, and a great relationship with us and with me for a lot of years. So thanks to Montana Silversmiths. is like a regular French kiss, but down under. It's not down yonder, it's down under. Did you see that? Evan, are you and Tommy going to fight? We have a cage match here, Evan? Looks like you and Tommy are going to fight. Anyway, thanks to Montana Silversmiths. Thanks to those two girls we rounded up to be in that commercial too, by the way. My daughter Paige still out in Boston. Going to Morgan Wallen in Fenway Park this week, Thursday. Paige is. That's why we hate her. Yes. Is that what we doing that next? Or are we going to do our Wrangler Minute next? What do you think? First of all, somebody asked about my t-shirt, my t-shirt of the week. See this logo right there? That's kind of the old logo from Western Montana College, now the University of Montana Western. The Flying W, that is my alma mater. I graduated in 4 years from Western Montana College. When I was there, Western Montana College of the University of Montana. It's part of the university system. The 18 on it has to do with the Engine 18 Foundation. That's the piece of paper I have. Thanks to my friend Keith Handlos for sending me a box of gear for Engine 18. I will tell you a little, I think it's a interesting, Western Montana, of course, in small Dillon, Montana, down towards the Big Hole Valley down that way. It's a tailgating fire engine built by a group of Western alumni and sports fans. Originally, it was built to provide an ultimate tailgating experience for the fans, but it became a vehicle used for raising money for athletic scholarships at Dillon at Western. It is named in honor of a Western football player, M.J. Simpkins, who tragically lost his life way too soon. And he wore number 18 as a tribute to Dillon, Montana. If you don't know Montana, we have 56 counties in the state, so you can tell what county people are from by the number. Beaverhead County is number 18, thus the number 18. Engine 18, proud of the success and character demonstrated by our teams and thankful for the longstanding traditions of our programs. So thanks, Keith Handlos, for the Engine 18 at Western Montana, for all the gear. And thanks for the write-up. Appreciate it. That is my t-shirt of the week that I am wearing. Okay, let's get out. I don't know if I can do this. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for my Wrangler Minute. So here's how I'm going to set it up. Do you want to put does the clock start as soon as you put the border up, and then I'll tell you when. Oh, there we are. New feature here on the show is my Wrangler Minute. I am, even when I was teaching school, you know how teachers say, there's no such thing as a stupid question. You know, I am not a believer in that. I think there are most definitely stupid questions. And not that I'm going to address a stupid question, but it reminded me that there are questions. And there's one question that the point of today's Wrangler Minute is that you never ask me this question again, because it's setting me up for people to kind of think I'm snarky. And I'm not, but I'm going to be here in just a Wrangler Minute. So the question I get asked all the time, not yet. I got you. Look at Logan here. He just wanted to start the clock to get the question I get asked is, I don't mind when people ask, do you like your new gig behind the chute doing TV? The question that is hard is, and I can't believe is, do you like your new gig of TV better than your old job? So I need to gather my thoughts. What? It's a minute. Pressure's on. If we want to use this, I got to do it right, man. Well, I know, because I only have a minute to actually talk about it. Okay, ready? So here is today's Wrangler Minute. I guess I've been getting asked a lot about, hey, do you like your new gig doing TV better than you liked being in the arena and performing on the ground? First of all, you can ask if I like my new job, because I do. But if you were to ask a former professional football player, a season removed from being at the top of his game in a professional sport, hey, do you like being a studio host or a commentator in the booth better than you did playing in the football game? Their answer better be 0% yes, because they have just come off years being at the top of their game, playing something that they loved. I'm the same way. I was 30 years of being in the arena. I am now transitioning into a new role, which I very much enjoy. But to say I would like it better than the one I did for 30 years, that would mean I was in the wrong profession for a very long time. So we won't ask that anymore. We'll just say, I like my new gig. Bam, 1 minute. There you go. Wrangler minute. Did I forget anything? We good? Nailed it? Did you? I should have had you guys come stand over me and sprinkle salt. There. That's right. Robin says, the knees like it a whole lot better. That's true. I do. And the other thing is, do you miss it out there? I can't answer that. There has not been a time yet in these 3 weeks that I've looked out in the arena and gone, damn it, I miss it out there. It's more the prep, the feeling, knowing the crowd's going to cheer at some point for you. There's a whole big picture atmosphere that I've missed a little bit, but I haven't looked out there and gone, I wish I was there. Because you may not know this about TV, but you wear 2 IFBs in, and I'm really kind of clueless as to what's going on besides the riding, because I'm listening to Kate, Matt, and Brendan Clark and Luke Branquino and myself and what the coaches are saying. So you're living in a different world than the live audience, than the live show. That is why TV commentators don't work piped into the live show, and live rodeo announcers don't work being pumped into TV like Cowboy Channel does. I'm just saying. It doesn't translate because they're selling 2 different shows. Anyway, it's been going so far so good. I think I'm doing okay, and I do enjoy it. But just don't ask if I like this one better, because that's it is our success at one job that sets us up for the next one. Anyway, JD, is he JD? And you're also busy singing to Lucas Teodoro. And how about Dusty Tuckness breaking down little Michael Jackson out there? No, what I do is if I'm wearing a sport coat, Lucas Teodoro, the bullfighter, makes me put pieces of bubble gum in my coat, and he comes to the shoots and does this, and I throw in bubble gum during the show. Or as Lucas from Brazil would say, not throw me gum, throw me a gum. Hey, do you have a gum? I do have a gum. So anyway, JD, good to see you on here. Kyle Jones, still in the band, just a little different. That's right. Same schedule, just a different job once I land. Thank you to Wrangler, of course, for our Wrangler Minute, another great sponsor of ours. We gave away a backpack a couple weeks ago. The best hunting, hiking, fishing, whatever gear in the world, right? Bozeman, Montana-based Stone Glacier, thanks for their support. Quick break with them. Who have taught us that the best camouflage while hunting elk is hold still and shut the hell up. It's true. That's why we do not allow David into this studio anymore. That's right, Wrangler jeans, Evan, for the cool jeans for good-looking people. That should be a commercial, Evan. Cool jeans for good-looking people. That's right. If you're not wearing Wranglers, you're just a line dancer, and we don't actually do that. Anyway, something cool happened to me this week. Can't talk about it, but no, I'm joking. Something cool happened to me. This is a good little moment for all you guys too. There is a clip that years ago was put on YouTube, and it rotates around. PBR posted it a few times. They did last spring as I was going around kind of on my farewell tour, and I'll get random messages say, "Oh my God, the little boy that you danced with in the arena, your little mini me, that was so cool last week." When really it was like 11 years ago. And he came out in Pueblo and Colorado Springs. And it was a cool moment. So we pulled it up, right? Here's the clip I'm talking about. I like the audio.
Got to spin. Give it a spin. It's kind of got this going. Okay. Whoa. Wait, stop. Wait.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So that's the clip I'm referring to. Anyway, every time that comes up and somebody brings it up to me, they talk about the little kid. And all I remembered was his name was Ryan. And he was older than it seemed. He was very small, but his family was a young couple and young Hispanic couple. They were around the Pueblo, Colorado Springs area. And I worried for a long time. I always said, I don't know whatever happened to little Ryan. And it worried me because I didn't know if something happened. After a few years, I never saw him. Through all of this social media stuff that came about long after that happened, I always wondered what happened to little Ryan. And it did. I just wrote it off and thought, I'm afraid to ask anybody. In Anaheim, coming over from Anaheim 2 days ago, I get a message on Instagram, and look who messaged me. Ryan Martinez has graduated from high school, and that's one of a few pictures. He's going to send me more pictures. He said, "Hey Flint, it's your friend little Ryan, your main man Ryan. The hats you gave me finally fit. I even wore them in senior pictures." That's one of the pictures I stole off his Instagram page. So Ryan Martinez, little Ryan from the Mini Me video that has circulated. What's that got for views? What does it say? I can't. Like piles of views, right? What's it say? That video has 415,000 views on YouTube. And my little mini me, Ryan Martinez, graduated from high school, finally reached out to me. It made me almost emotional. Like, I answered him right away. "No way, Ryan." And he said, "Let me know. I'll send you some pictures. I'll be in touch." Anyway, I thought that was awesome. That's cool. I mean, there's a lot of fans that are just annoying, but Ryan was cool, man. Like Tommy keeps asking me for my autograph. I'm here. There. I don't know what you want, Tommy. So anyway, things are going good for my daughter at MIT. She's staying for the year. I think she has a boyfriend. Let's see. Let's before we wrap up, a few more if there's any questions. Oh, there's Tammy Crone from Shoto, Montana. Augusta. We'll go Tammy's from Valier, Augusta, Shoto. Is Tammy Crone. Anyway, do you ever notice when I stop to look at comments, everybody quits commenting every time, except Evan. One more trip to Farm City. Hermiston misses you. I've got a lot of calls from different rodeos that now they want me to come. You ever been to the Caldwell Night Rodeo? Yeah, it's been, oh my gosh. I went to the Caldwell Night Rodeo a couple times. It was about 108 degrees, but it is, I'd love to now. I mean, not literally, but now knowing how I think I work a crowd better than I did 20 years ago. Jeremy Robert, hey, can Tommy get your autograph? That's hilarious. I think I would kill it even better in Caldwell. It's a wild crowd. Tommy, we don't mind you. You're just, you were the first one up that we saw you ask for my autograph. We're just poking fun. Yes, Caldwell Night Rodeo would start tonight. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 5 nights. 5 nights. Caldwell, unbelievable rodeo. It sits, the rodeo grounds backs up to the football stadium where the College of Idaho Yotes play. A little trivia for you. There you go. Daughter's boyfriends may enjoy an elk hunting experience. I'll guarantee you her man, Giro DiBiase, has never been elk hunting for sure. My girls have always done. I'm good to their guys. How do you watch the PBR teams on streaming? Here it is. Lindy, good question. Usually, I believe this week, the first night is on Pluto TV on Ride Pass. By the way, if you want Pluto TV, just look it up. It doesn't cost anything. You don't even have to register. It just comes up and you find Ride Pass on Pluto. I believe the second night we'll have a game of the week. So it'll be probably Pluto for 3 games. And the one game will be on CBS to air the next day. And then Sunday will be live straight through CBS Sports Network. So it's either CBS Sports Network or Ride Pass on Pluto. Derek Hobaba's on the day sheet for Caldwell tonight. We'll see. He had his head stitched up and a big black eye when we were in the airport at Orange County the other day, but nothing too much. So he possibly will ride there. That's quite close to home for him. Anyway, anything else? Let's go around the room, see if anybody has anything else. Garrison, you have anything you want to contribute to the show tonight? No, I'm good. Where are you going next to announce a rodeo? Preston, Idaho, and then Truckee, California. The famous Preston Night Rodeo? And they just have bull riding there. Oh, I was giving you too much credit. Yeah. Bull riding in Preston, and then Truckee. Is that their rodeo up there in Truckee? Rodeo, yeah. And then you're going to Lakeview, Oregon for the Labor Day, right? Okay. My thoughts on the Bobcats, number 3 in the preseason poll. The great thing about the FCS is they still have to play the games. There's a playoff system. Bo, anything you want to contribute to the show? South Dakota State, probably. I bet it goes South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Montana State. Montana State, I think Montana State has a really, really, really tough schedule. Really tough. And if they can get through that, then they should be top 3. So there you go. Tufts bull riding series. What do you think about it? I can't give an opinion. I don't know much about Tufts bull riding series. It's good. Gives guys a chance to get on bulls. Right? How's that? Somebody, yeah. You can't completely, listen, I'm a Jackrabbits fan too. Like I like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, and Montana State, but you can't completely turn into one of those dads. South Dakota State. You guys still have a little allegiance, man. You got to have a little bit back here. Just a little. I wear my South Dakota State socks a lot. Not today. You know what I'm wearing today? You know what socks I'm wearing today? Oh. Green Bay Packers socks. You know why I picked those out today? Because they were on the top. Logan, do I even have to ask? Nothing? What are you up to? What do you got going this week? Logan's going to Nashville. We're on the same flights. You're not really going with me. We're on the same flight. Doing some video work for the Nashville Stampede, correct? So good job to Logan. Everybody busy this weekend. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you. We'll do this. I think we're going to do this again next week. I don't know, unless something drastic happens. Thanks for coming, everybody. Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. It's a wonderful event. Bridgestone Arena, a great venue. And, of course, all kinds of fun in Music City. See you then. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you next time.